Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $999. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond, only with Smart Postpaid.
Here's a warm hello from Eastern Communications. We're here to present a refreshing point of view that when it comes to delivering business communication solutions, it's time to bring back the human connection because it's just as important as the technology. Eastern Communications is business made personal. It means getting intimate with our clients' needs so we can provide thoughtful solutions to help them achieve their goals. That's why we are madaling kausap, may malasakit. We are maalam at maaasahan. We are Eastern Communications.
Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $999. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond, only with Smart Postpaid.
Here's a warm hello from Eastern Communications. We're here to present a refreshing point of view that when it comes to delivering business communication solutions, it's time to bring back the human connection because it's just as important as the technology. Eastern Communications is business made personal. It means getting intimate with our clients' needs so we can provide thoughtful solutions to help them achieve their goals. That's why we are madaling kausap, may malasakit. We are maalam at maaasahan. We are Eastern Communications.
Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $999. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond. Only with Smart Postpaid.
Magandang hapon mga kaliga. This is PINOYLIGA Collegiate Cup Season 3, and despite the occasional rain, it is a hot and sunny Sunday afternoon. And we are here in ENDERUN College, McKinley Hill, Taguig City, and I am your host for today, Justin Almeida. And together with me is Coach Russell Raipon. Coach, how are you?
How's it going, Justin? Glad to be with you today.
Yeah, it's finally nice to be working with you again. And today we have a doubleheader. Our first game will feature the Diliman College Blue Dragons against the undefeated UP Fighting Maroons. So one thing I noticed, Coach, about both of these teams is their professionalism. They both showed up about 2 to 3 hours early before this game. And what can you say about that?
Well, I think both teams are trying to use this opportunity to to find holes in their game, to improve, to continually find ways to expand their growth and try to gain some momentum and upward trajectory. When I think about this game, I think about Mother's Day, and let me just give a quick shout out to all the moms and motherly figures out there. This is definitely a day for to celebrate you. But in celebration of Mother's Day, I want to compare this game to typical Mother's Day gifts. So for me, this game is sort of like it's like breakfast in bed, right? You don't really know, if you're a mom, you don't know what you're going to be getting when that door opens and your husband and your children bring you breakfast in bed. You don't know if it's something that you're going to like to eat. Hopefully it is. But right now we're in a situation where we have some unknowns today. It looks like we have the 7'3" foreign student for UP suiting up, so we don't Whitmore. We'll see if he's gonna going to see some time. UP's undefeated. This could be a surprise if Diliman is able to get an upset to play at their best. You just never know if they can put a stain on UP's record so far.
And let's take a look at around the socials. Will UP still stay undefeated, and will they move to 7-0 today? So let's see if Jordan Wilmore can help give them that 7-0 start for this season. So this is the Diliman Classics. We have UP versus DC, and today is Sunday, May 12. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And let's move on to the Diliman College in their previous game.
Well, it looks like it was a squeaker of a game on May 9th versus Letran, only losing by 6. Looks like it was difficult for them to overcome that slow first quarter start, but you have some, you definitely have some highlights. Taporco for number 3 for Diliman, 18 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and Darang, also had 21 points and was shooting 9 for 15 from the field. You just have to look at, in terms of keys to winning, Justin, You were saying earlier that setting up your main scores and looking to run and score in transition, that's probably going to be your best bet versus UP. Well, what do you think about that?
Well, actually, to set up your main scorer today, it's the birthday of Axel Toporco.
Okay.
You know, sometimes when you have a good game, people say, "Is it your birthday today?" And actually, today it really is. So, UP is a bit undermanned today, but still a talented squad. They're gonna have to beat them with energy. And if they can get a quick start and sustain a big lead, that would be beneficial for Diliman College as they approach the end game. Running in transition would be a great way to get easy baskets for this Diliman squad.
Okay, and then now if we're looking at UP's last game versus Adamson, another squeaker of a game, winning by 2 on April 28th. You know, that was the game where we saw the magnificence of Harold Alarcon with his last second shot and his great footwork in the post on that drive. You know, they're just, you know, like this game, like I said, you know, it's breakfast in bed. So you know, from UP side, it's like pancakes with strawberry on top and whipped cream. You know, they just have so many guys that can throw at you, and so we're really looking forward to the different combinations that the UP coaching staff will be putting on the floor today.
Yes, and even with Adamson's hot shooting from the outside, they were still unable to beat the undefeated UP squad, but in a close game. And here are the keys for UP to win today and to go to 7-0 is to be aggressive from the get-go and don't let the birthday boy going. UP is a highly talented and deep team despite them having only 10 players suited up today. Lots of great individual talent and players who buy into their roles. If they can play hard from the start, we should expect UP to dominate this game early. Axel Toporco has been their main consistent scorer through this PINOYLIGA Collegiate Cup, so they should look to shut him down early.
Yeah, looking forward to this game and looking forward to having both teams play at their best in honor of their mommies.
All right, and
Nanais, right?
Yep,
yeah,
that's correct.
there you go.
And let's send it over to our venue announcer, Mr. Alvin Tañada, for the starting lineups and the whole lineups of both squads. Okay, and let's take a look at the starting lineups for both squads. For the Diliman College, we have J.M. Garces, Axel Toporco, Salimon Cone, Renil Baikin, and Aldrin Ligon. And for the UP Fighting Maroons, we have Ray Remogat, Raylan Torres, Francis Naruca, Chico Briones, and Shantor Kulas. So we are moments before tip-off, and let's get this game going. And here we go. Starting off this Sunday with a turnover, and the ball will remain with Diliman College. And coach, let's talk about Jordan Wilmore. So he's a 7'3" center, and if he is able, nothing is set in stone yet, but if he is able to play, he is going to be a one-and-done athlete for the rookie season of the UAP season 88.
You know, I think if you're a basketball player, you want to try to find ways where you can extend your career. So, you know, I think coming here to the Philippines, a country that loves basketball and appreciates, you know, good basketball players. You know, Jordan comes here hoping to, you know, to get another year of play under his belt, maybe get him ready for a pro league somewhere, you know, somewhere globally. So we wish him all the best, and I hope everything works out with his hopeful stay at UP.
Yes, you always want to find a home where you can develop and put yourself in the best situation to become a better player. As Salimon Kane gets the first 2 points for Diliman College. And Jordan Wilmore was a former teammate of Kai Soto at the Skill Factory in the United States. And he's quite the journeyman, as he previously studied at Missouri for 2 years, and then moved to Northwestern State, and then last year for Austin Peay. Are you familiar with these schools, Coach?
Yes. You know, some of these schools are considered mid-majors, but any time you're playing, you know, you've made a Division I squad and you're playing in a Division I league, you know, you're playing against, you know, the top 300 players in the United States. Mm-hmm. So I think, you know, regardless of the level of competition, you're getting high-level coaching from Division I level coaches, and you know, sometimes you know, we don't know the whole story as to why players move, but we're glad that he decided to try to extend his career, and he moved to Katipunan to keep on playing
and making his debut here in the PINOYLIGA Collegiate Cup. So I'm really excited to see Jordan Wilmore step on the floor today.
Oh yeah. You know, this is my favorite part of the year, Justin. This is, you know, as a coach, this is where you find out the most about your squad. You know, you're testing things out. This is like your laboratory. You know, you can be a mad scientist, if you will, and just try to figure out what your team's supposed to look like and what they could look like. So, you know, hopefully, you know, these players, it looks like they're taking it, you know, with the seriousness that it deserves, and they're, you know, they're trying to take the most out of this opportunity.
You gotta love the professionalism by both teams, showing up 2-3 hours before the game and getting their warm-ups in, avoid injuries, and making sure they're ready for this ball game, as Torres gives UP the 3-point lead. And it's been a slow ball game so far.
Both teams are really trying to execute their offense. Anytime you can get points off of your baseline out of bounds, you know, that's always a plus. So UP is playing in mid-season form, at least when it comes to execution.
Yeah, and still undefeated, as we said earlier. And finally, Axel Taporco gets his first basket, but answered right back ni Ray Remogat.
Diliman will have to find a way to prevent UP's guards from getting paint touches. Your defense is always in trouble if the ball gets to the middle of the floor. Just like that right there.
That's going to be another problem for UP with Salimon Cane, but this time denied and not getting that perimeter jumper to go. Remogat misses from the sideline, but what a wonderful tip in by Chico Briones. At 5 na ang kalamangan ng UP.
Every time I've watched Briones, Coach Justin, he's been very productive. And it's impressive that he's productive without the ball. Coming in, crash boards, getting your team an extra possession. That's good stuff.
Yeah, he's a glue guy for the UP Fighting Maroons, just doing what's needed in every possession. And as Ray Remogat gets the ball and gives it to Briones, who gets a 3. And Diliman College is going to stop the bleeding and take this timeout. We'll be right back. This is Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup Season 3.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
And let's take a look at the leaderboards of the stats for the Season 3 of the Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup. We have total dominance by the ENDERUN Titans, with Kenneth Oumba leading in points, rebounds, and blocks. And another Titan in DJ Howe leading the assist category at 6.8 assists per game. And Joe Marie Pecolera from Guangming College with 2.8 steals per game. ENDERUN doing well in this Season 3 of the Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup.
Yeah, I think they found their 1-2 punch in DJ Howe and Kenneth Lumba. You know, they have played at a very high level throughout this tournament, and they're gaining momentum, and you know, it's good to see. Good to see that these teams that don't have as much recognition take this opportunity to really showcase what they can do.
Yeah, and ENDERUN playing really well here in Season 3. As although they lost yesterday, they're still 4-2 and in the top 4 position of the prime bracket.
You know, and they've won several ways. They've won from behind. They've won close games. They've been able to establish leads and keep them. So you know, there's a lot of promise here in Taguig, and hopefully when NASCU comes around, they'll be able to take what they've learned from Pinoy Liga and apply it.
I'm sure there's a lot of growth that comes with joining tournaments like these, and especially performing well and being part of the top 4 in their respective bracket. And Kenneth Oumba yesterday, just a highlight reel waiting to happen, caught a body yesterday and just jammed it from from that fast break, and it was such an entertaining thing to see.
He definitely has a lot of athletic ability. You know, he's a guy that with his energy and plays like that can jumpstart his team. So, you know, he is putting himself in a great position to, you know, play, have a heck of a Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup season, and possibly looking into NASCU's season when it starts later in the year.
And that's an offensive foul on Torres as the possession goes back to Diliman College. Torres will check out of this ball game.
Justin, it looks like UP is using a defense that I haven't really seen them use quite. They're playing a little bit elevated in their man-to-man, trying to put pressure on Diliman to see if they can make decisions under duress.
Yeah, they don't want to get their guards going, especially their hot shooter in Axel Toporco. That's a foul called on the UP squad. And we're still not in the penalty. 3 team fouls for UP.
You know, I think it's a product of UP's aggressiveness in the passing lanes and trying as much as possible to disrupt passes. Unfortunately, it's resulted in some not some turnovers, but fouls. But you know, their effort is there.
Oh, and there he is, the birthday boy, getting his second jumper of the game and cutting the lead to 7 points. And so far, so good for Axel.
Probably one of the bright spots at this point for Diliman as this first quarter is unfolding. There's still a lot of time left for his teammates to put a positive contribution onto this game.
But Diliman College is going to have to find an answer for Chico Briones as he scored almost half of the points for his squad.
If you notice, Justin, Diliman has to initiate their offense near half court. UP has done a great job of putting pressure on the ball and in the passing lanes, disrupting any kind of rhythm that Diliman's trying to create.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to stop the guards from getting any rhythm, as the guards of Diliman are the killers for their squad.
We have our first sighting, Justin, of Wilmore in the game.
Oh, finally. The man we've been waiting for has checked in the ball game. That's Jordan Wilmore, making his debut here in Pinoy Liga and for the UP Fighting Maroons. Oh. And all of a sudden, Salimon Kone decides to pull out his jump shot.
Yes, so he has a nice touch, feathery touch from the short corner.
He might just figure that out just today. Being faced with a big man and makes his first basket is Jordan Wilmore, extending the lead to 9.
Very smooth, under control move for the jump hook. He's probably done that quite a number of times in his career, Justin.
Oh, and that's a dive by Nico Tan. And we have Iniguez bringing down the ball, giving it to Wilmore, but misses that second attempt. Toporco with a crossover. It's hounded by Briones and gives it to Bahar. Bahar to Espinosa. Back to Bahar. Uses the Kone screen. Oh, we're no good this time. Briones is pushing the pace. Using that huge Wilmore screen as Iniguez misses that. Bahar pushing it. Espinosa from the wing sees a big man in the middle and kicks it back out to Bahar.
All the open windows were closed. There was no passing lane.
Just needs to take a step or two, and you just don't have the side of the ring anymore.
That's right.
A little too aggressive by Bahar there as Nico Tan draws the foul.
Given, you know, Jordan's probably his fitness level, and he's just recently started playing, you people have to be very judicious with his minutes, and especially if he's on the floor, try to get him in rhythm, get him the ball early into their shot clock to see if he can operate and get some good looks.
Yeah, well, Jordan Wilmore might have some minute restrictions, and one thing I notice about Filipino-American players who come in here in the Philippines, they really do have to adjust to the weather first.
Yes, it is not an easy task. The humidity, the heat, the physicality, it can be a challenge.
Yeah, Rios cuts the lead down to 4, and I was overhearing their CJ Ang's conversation with Wilmore, and he was talking about the Philippine heat.
It's like an invisible wall that hits you in the face. You really have to prepare yourself for it.
And speaking of conditioning, coach, he's gonna have a hard time adjusting too, because you know the food that we have here in the Philippines. He's gonna want to try all of them.
Yes.
And you know, you can't have it all at once.
No, and you look at the beauty of the Filipino people is we're very hospitable, very generous, want to take care of our guests. So I'm sure Jordan is definitely enjoying a high level of Filipino hospitality while he's here, both on and off the court.
And he just got here, I think, late April. So there's still a lot of things he would love to try here in the Philippines. And now Bahar bringing down the ball, calling that horns play, using the Lalika screen. And Espinosa pops out but shuffles his feet and is called for that traveling infraction.
I tell players all the time, see it before you do it. I think his eyes got big. He saw a lane and tried to take advantage of it, but then it closed up quickly and he had to, he shuffled his feet.
The mind wanted to do something before the body did. And Wilmore turns the ball over.
That's really what Diliman will have to do. If that ball ever gets into the post, they're going to have to bring another person in defensively to, create some havoc.
As players go down, and you gotta love the hustle by Wilmore. 7'3" center diving on the floor and showing the UP squad that he's just more than a big man.
Any guy that sacrifices his body for his teammates is going to be definitely appreciated. You got to love the effort.
And the UP community showing some love for that hustle play by Jordan.
Even on Mother's Day, Justin, UP fans show up for their Fighting Maroons.
And we're inviting everyone, and invite your mothers if you want to catch the action here in ENDERUN College at Taguig City. And tickets are just 200 per head. You're welcome to join us here on a Sunday afternoon. It's Nico Tan. Nico Tan's first free throw hits the front of the ring. And UP will have the last shot of this quarter. Nico Tan bringing down the ball, 18 seconds left. Gives it to Torculas. Torculas scanning
it's like a
the floor.
foot difference between the defender on That's got to be intimidating as a player.
And what a wonderful layup by Torculas as they end the quarter, going up by 8. UP leading 22-14. We'll be right back. This is PINOYLIGA Collegiate Cup Season 3.
Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond, only with Smart Postpaid.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, moments before the second quarter. And we have the UP Fighting Maroons leading 22-14. Coach, what are your thoughts on that for first quarter?
Well, yeah, I love the fact that UP is not afraid to throw in different players that haven't really had a lot of run, and giving them the opportunity to, to get extended minutes and, play against, because it's one thing if you're in practice and going against the same guys every day. You really do need these, these games. These are quizzes, right, for the for the season, and to sort of see where you're at. So I think, if anything, regardless of who's on the floor, UP plays a very structured style of basketball, and they're very well trained in it. So it's nice to see.
Yes, we were saying earlier, UP has a lot of talented players individually, but they also have a lot of players that buy in to their roles in a whole team perspective.
I'm sure on any other team, a lot of these guys would be primary scorers, but in order to meet the expectations of Coach Gold and the staff, you have to understand your role, accept it, and then try to be the best at fulfilling the demands of that role. So it happens for every athlete, Justin. As you climb up the ranks of and levels of play, you'll be one guy at one level, but you might be another guy at the next level. So UP obviously has done a good job of getting their guys to buy into that.
Yep, it's always being a master of your role.
Oh yeah.
And especially at the pro level, it's not all about scoring. It's buying to the role and the whole team concept. Oh, and as Wilmore misses that left-handed hook shot, and even with their coaches in the UP squad, they have their coaches have specific roles. They have skills coaches for the guards, for the big men, and they have PTs who do their warm-ups and recovery workouts. It's nice to see this UP squad.
They are, one of the things that can happen with a team that's very well funded and supported is the fact that there's a lot of there could be a lot of redundancy in terms of roles and how the resources are used. But obviously for UP, they have done a really good job of hiring good people who are good at what they do, and Coach Gold allows these staff members to showcase what they can do in order to help the team get better. And he's not afraid to give responsibility to his assistant coaches to make crucial decisions in games.
And aside from being a well-funded team, you have to give credits to whoever runs the basketball operations of this UP squad. Astor Kulas with a jam and extends the lead to 7, 24-17 for UP.
That's what happens when you can pressure the ball and be in the lanes. You have opportunities to run. And UP is just so athletic that they have guys that can make the spectacular happen.
Torculas showing us his athletic ability, even in the warm-ups, doing windmills, and something that we were not used to seeing in the early 2000s. But now all the kids just have this certain athletic ability in them here in the Philippines now.
I had a conversation with people in SBP earlier this week, and one of the things that was important to note is the fact that there is a different generation of athletes in the Philippines now than there ever was before, and this is the perfect opportunity now to sort of capitalize on that and try to accelerate the growth of basketball in the Philippines, because there are players that have the skill, they have the athletic ability, they have the size. This is a time now to really, try to push the game forward.
Yeah. Aside from having bigger, taller, and stronger athletes nowadays, you have to love the development of the strength and conditioning programs that we have now.
Sports science is such a big part of the game. I think analytics and using data to make data-based decisions is also very big. The more that we can push forward in those areas, the more competitive we can be at the international level.
And I remember before, maybe in the early 90s, what weightlifting program a bodybuilder was doing was probably the same for an athlete. But now, thanks to sports science and advanced studies, it's way different now.
Oh yeah, and you look at the type of you look at the type of movement basketball players use in games. It's really about lengthening muscles, being able to establish your core, being able to explode, so having strong hips, right? Being able to stay in a stance longer than your opponent. All those things don't necessarily mean you have to be muscle bound, but it doesn't mean you have to be able to strengthen certain parts of your body in order to be an effective basketball player.
And speaking of strength and conditioning, we should watch this matchup between Ray Remogat and Bahar, as they've been quite physical with each other these past few possessions.
Each guy trying to get an edge, Justin.
And there's Bahar for three. Doesn't get it to go this time. We have Chico Briones pushing the pace. Gives it to Remogat at the top. And Rivero launches it from the side. No good. Taporco with the rebound. Gives it to Kone inside. Pero natapik.
At least, Justin, there's a method to the madness. You can see that both teams have a clear intent in terms of how to play and what kind of shots they want to get. We just have to look at just the level of execution on the side of UP. That's been the difference in the game.
Ooh, and Briones scanning the floor and finding Torculas in his comfort zone, getting that alley-oop layup to go in. Bahar gets the handoff. Taporco uses the Salimon screen. Oh, and a nice snake dribble by Taporco. And getting that midi floater to go as he cuts this lead down to 6. We'll be right back. This is Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup Season 3. And we are back here in the second quarter as UP has a 6-point lead with 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. That was a nice shot by Axel Taporco, snaking the screen in that previous possession and getting that mid-range floater to go, cutting this lead down to 6.
It's very tempting in that situation to maybe rush to try to attack that gap and get a shot off, but he was, he was smart, played under control, and got the shot that he wanted. A nice little push shot for 2 points.
Yeah, those are the moments when you can see if a player has that maturity. And here we have Remogat at the top of the 3-point line, but turns the ball over. Taporco gets that, misses that floater. And the smallest man on the court gets the rebound. Gives it back to their main guy, calling a ball screen from Salimon Kone. And Briones pushing the pace. Usually good things come when Briones brings down that ball. Using the Naruka screen again. And another turnover. Uncharacteristic for Noy Remogat. 2 turnovers.
The ball sort of sticking. and they're really trying to execute advantages from their ball screen action. Just they've been able to swarm Ramugat and cut off his vision so he can't see the passing lanes.
And what's really important when guarding ball screens is the communication between the two defensive players.
Yes, for sure.
Diliman College doing a good job in that past 2 possessions. As Briones draws the foul. Rios will be called for his first foul. And it's a shooting foul as Briones is going to the line for 2.
Diliman has been doing a decent job preventing the ball from getting into the painted area. On that possession right there, they just sort of gave up as soon as the ball screen was applied. The ball defender just sort of stood up and allowed Briones to have some space, and he was able to draw the foul.
But we have to credit what Briones has been doing. Every time he drives in, it's like he set his mind on going to the basket. But we'll be right back after this break. This is Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup Season 3. So let's take a look at the keys to winning for Diliman College, which is to set up your main scorers in Axel Taporco and look to run and score in transition. So far, what do you think about these? Have they been able to execute this, Coach?
Yeah, I think they have been trying to find their main scorers. I think, Taporco, he's had the ball in his hands for majority of these possessions, and he's been able to make some good things happen either for himself or for his teammates. And, the style of play fits them as much as it fits UP. So we'll have to see how this last 4 minutes plays out.
So far, so good for the Diliman College, but it's been Chico Briones so far and Torculas, who has been carrying the scoring load for these Fighting Maroons. And usually good things happen when they drive hard to the basket, like Torculas in that previous possession.
It's sort of tough in transition defense if you're going to allow that ball handler to keep on driving in. They opted to pick up the ball when it hit the free throw line as opposed to really trying to deter the ball handler maybe when he was near half court or at the top of the key. So definitely an advantage for UP to be able to do that. With the small forward, he's able to handle the rock up from end to end.
And you were telling me earlier off cam, Coach, it's really like it's a given for Philippine teams and schools to have great guards. But the difference comes from the small forwards to the power forwards and the centers.
And, it's like I'm sort of speechless after seeing that rebound. I don't know what to say, but definitely for me, and it's not necessarily the size, but your ability to make plays at that position. If you can do that, my goodness, it just gives you so many more options as a team. And as a defense, you have to guard more people, right? It changes your game plan. But anytime you have a guy like that can sky and snatch the rebound with one hand and ignite the break, that's special.
Yeah, it's one thing to have the size, but the athletic ability and the skill to actually do things and the agility that for example, Torculas has. So that's something that UP really has in their favor.
Oh, for sure. Like, if I'm an opposing coach of this UP team on the floor right now, how many guys do I have to guard? I have to guard Remugat, I have to guard Torculas, I have to guard Wilmore, Briones. There's like 4 guys. And Iniguez, if he gets hot, you have to guard him. So it's like, the more things you have to guard against as a defense, the more vulnerable you are. Because you can't just key on 1 or 2 guys, you have to key on everybody. And luckily, or fortunately for UP, they have that kind of team where you have to really, key in on 3 or 4 guys on any given lineup.
And the beauty of this UP squad is, even though they're talented individually, they don't play this sort of my turn, your turn type of basketball.
Oh yeah. Coaching in the United States, especially with teams that have a measure of talent, that can be a very bad habit to fall into. I'm just going to let a guy go, get his 2 or 3 shots, and then it's going to be my turn. Meanwhile, everyone's just standing and watching action happen, and it's just really bad basketball.
Somewhat like what the Clippers are nowadays, with they have so many talented players, all-star starters in their starting lineup, but failing to produce, as they lost in the first round to the Dallas Mavericks.
You gotta love the scrappiness of this Diliman team. They're really they're fighting in the post, trying to negate Wilmore's seal, and these guards are really going after the ball and trying to be active with their hands.
There it is again, that battle between Bahar and Remogat. As this time, Bahar wins that battle. As Remogat kind of loses his temper there and is called for the offensive foul. So there's a little bit of mind games going on.
Oh, for sure. And at this level, you need every advantage you can get in order to stay competitive.
And that's one of the strategies for Diliman College. They have to be physical with UP. Oh, and Taporco trap.
I don't think he had an exit plan. He did not know what he was going to do if he was going to get that shot.
What are you going to do when you're in the land of the giants?
Yes. Again, no exit plan, no exit strategy.
It's just the length of all the players of UP.
And I think sometimes as a guard, it might be an illusion. The size might be an illusion to you, but then all of a sudden, when the hands go up, it's hard. Like, oh my gosh, I don't see any passing lanes.
Baikin hands it over to Bahar. Uses that corner screen. As Rios falls short on that jumper.
It's a good shot. Just didn't go in. Probably lacks some legs.
And again, it's Torculas, relentless on the boards. And UP sporting a 9-point lead, care of Torculas.
If you think about it this way, Justin, how great is it to have an offensive player that you don't have to draw plays for? He's going to get his points and be effective just on plays like that. Good defense, following shots, offensive rebounds, extending plays. And I don't have to call a play for him? Oh, that's a coach's dream. Oh, yeah. Or maybe the occasional lob. I'll call it occasional lob for him, but... No, he's a nice player.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's his second year for UP. So still a lot of time left. As Diliman scores the basket, cuts the lead to 7, and Coach Christian Luanzon is having enough, and he calls this timeout. We'll be right back. This is Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup Season 3.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power All access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
tall, skinny ones.
Guard play here. I mean, think about Scotty. Scotty's like a guy that, because has such great body control, he can accelerate, decelerate. If you know, he can be devastating in pick and roll just because of his controlled ball and his ability to finish and shoot.
Right, and we're back. 18 and a half seconds left. UP sporting a 7-point lead, and we'll get the final shot of the first half. Let's see what Coach Christian drew up for this last play. So we have Garcia from Diliman doing that full court press, and leaving Iniguez. Gives it to Torculas, hands it off to Remogad. And here is a Horns play, Horns action. And Torculas launches it from the three wide open, no good. And that will be it for the first half. UP leading by 7 points, 35-28. And we'll be right back after this halftime break. This is Pinoy Liga Cup Season 3.
Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond, only with Smart Postpaid.
Warm hello from Eastern Communications. We're here to present a refreshing point of view that when it comes to delivering business communication solutions, it's time to bring back the human connection because it's just as important as the technology. Eastern Communications is business made personal. It means getting intimate with our clients' needs so we can provide thoughtful solutions to help them achieve their goals. That's why we are madaling kausap, may malasakit. We are maalam at maaasahan. We are Eastern Communications.
Trailblazer. Against Don Lim. Getting blocked by Don Lim.
Solid defense by Don Lim.
Go beyond with Smart, the country's fastest and best mobile network. With unlimited 5G data for 12 months. Unlimited text and calls for both mobile and landline. And unlimited Netflix mobile on us. All with Smart Postpaid's powerful SIM-only plan starting at $9.99. Get it on eSIM online, anytime, anywhere. Switch now and keep your number. Get the power to go beyond, only with Smart Postpaid.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. If you're just tuning in right now, we are here at ENDERUN College, and this is the PINOYLIGA Collegiate Cup Season 3, and we are sending it over to CJ Ang for her halftime report.
Thank you, Justin. Mga kaliga, kasama ko ngayon si Kingsley Ududo of the UP Fighting Maroons. Kingsley, we have seen a major adjustment in your game here in UP than in your time with Guangming. How are your adjustments to Coach Gold's system and to your teammates?
Oh, you know, it's a new team, and there's so many good players on the teams. Everyone on the team is really good, and it's like I just have to find what I can bring to the table because there are guys who can score, guys who can rebound. I'm just trying to find a way to fit into the system, and my teammates have really helped me so far, and I'm really grateful for that. It's really been a good experience so far. Really grateful for that.
Kingsley, last year you were the best FSA, and this year we are seeing a good crop of FSAs playing well in the tournament, such as Kenneth Umba, Salimon Kone, Henry Agonane, and your former teammate Stephen Ehebem. What can you say about the competition of FSAs in this tournament?
It's not really a competition to me. It's not really a fight. I don't really think about that. I just try to think about UP and the championship we're trying to get ahead of us. That's really my focus right now. But I'm really happy that Steven is doing so well. I'm really very excited for him, and I'm very happy for him. Happy for Henry. Henry's my very good friend, really. And I'm happy for the other guys. It's whatever opportunity you see to shine, just use it to shine. Very grateful. I'm very happy for them, really.
Kingsley, is there someone you want to give a shout out to?
Mother's Day. Hey, you guys interviewed me last Mother's Day last year, and still for my mom. Happy Mother's Day, Ma. I love you so much, and I miss you. It's been 1 year away from you, and I really do miss you so much, and I love you. And shout out to all of my old teammates in Guangming. I love you guys, and I miss you guys so much.
Thank you so much, Kingsley. Back to you, Justin.
And that was CJ Ang for our halftime report with Kingsley Udodo. And let's talk about the stats for this first half for the UP Fighting Maroons and Diliman College. What can you say about the first half, Coach?
Well, you know, I think the story really does lie in the fact that UP has 10 extra possessions due to their 24-14 rebounding edge. Obviously, they've gotten to the line more than Diliman. And, you know, Sean Torculas just really super effective on the floor for his minutes in the first half, 11 points and 10 rebounds. And sort of like we talked about before, you don't even have to run a play for that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to run a play for him, and that guy already has, double-digit production. And just making it easier for his team to be in position to make good plays.
Yes, and indeed, this first half lead by the UP Fighting Maroons is due to Sean Torculas' performance, and as well as Chico Briones with his great vision, scanning the floor and pushing the pace. And let's see what this second half has for us, as we are moments away from tip-off.
And despite that advantage, Justin, I mean, it's only a 7-point game. You know, Diliman finds themselves, still, within a reasonable margin that they can make up with 20 minutes left in the game. It's just a matter of them being able to find a little bit, or decrease the edge a little bit in the rebounding with UP. If they can do that, then you never know how this game's going to play out.
Yeah, Diliman College still doing a good job, showing that they're no pushover here in this prime division.
You got to love what UP just did coming out in the second half. They insert Wilmore in the lineup, and they go to a 2-3 zone to ensure that he's not moving around too much and having to exert that much energy. He can just plug up the middle and get rebounds. So a nice adjustment. Let's see how it plays out this quarter.
Oh, and a
like
nice
I said, that's
recovery.
the only play I would run for him is a lob.
Right on cue, coach.
Probably a bit better execution, but the thought was there.
Yeah, the pass was just a little bit too strong by Jordan Wilmore. As Rios shoots that floater over Wilmore. I don't know if he saw the ring.
Well, I tell players all the time, especially on a kick-out pass like that, the point guard drew the weak side elbow defender. Once you catch on the wing, the first look is probably the best look. Shoot that three, live with the consequences.
Oh, when Wilmore gets it deep in the post, and that's the only thing Salimon Kone can do is hack him.
Unfortunately, Kone didn't really provide a lot of resistance as Wilmore tried to get that seal in the middle of the floor. He just sort of allowed himself to get buried behind Jordan, and an easy foul to call.
And that's really where your early work has to come in as a
Oh,
post defender.
Correct.
Oh! A dangerous play for Sean Torculas. But on the other end, Baikin gets that right-handed floater to go. And the lead is down to 5. As Remogat answers right back here in the 8-minute mark. And that's the first shot for UP here in the second half.
And right when you need it, Remogat, the veteran, hits a three.
Yeah, that was almost 2 minutes with no basket for UP. Ooh.
UP has done a good job of recovering on the kickouts.
Yeah.
That's been a great, that's probably why this zone is so effective.
And like we said, they do have long and lengthy players. So even in being a zone, just putting a hand up can alter the shots of the Diliman squad.
Well, I think they've deterred at least 2 or 3 3-pointers just because of the fact that when they're closing out, they're extending and trying to contest.
And here it is again, the battle of the point guards, Mogat versus Bahar. And Briones goes for that backdoor and sets a backdoor screen. And that's the second turnover by Wilmore.
Nice body control to keep the ball and not travel.
Bahar calls for the screen. Gives it to Toporco.
There it is.
Open.
It's a good shot.
No good. Oh, and a nice pass by Briones once again. And gets Wilmore his second basket of this game.
So what have we learned about Wilmore so far this quarter? Is that he can run the floor, catch in stride and finish, and defend without fouling. Nice sequence. And now he wants to call a sub. He's tired already.
I can't take this Philippine heat.
He has nice hands, nice feet. will always keep you in a game.
And imagine if he gets to work on his passing, he would get a lot of highlight alley-oop plays for.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he had 2 attempts to give it to Torculas earlier. There it is, Remogat in transition. That's where UP is most effective, and they extend this lead to 12 as Diliman College takes a timeout to stop the bleeding. This is Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup Season 3.
Get 8 gigabytes of all-access power.
To do it all.
Plus only TikTok to scroll and share non-stop. Power, work, life, and more. With Smart Power all-access data now up to 90 days. Load now.
And we are here at the halfway mark of the third quarter as UP was scoreless in the first 2 minutes of this third and goes on a scoring barrage now, extending the lead to 12 points, leading 42-30.
I like the effort that UP made to get the ball inside. You know, sometimes, you know, big men can get discouraged if they're running the floor end to end and they just never see the ball in the post. But I think that through their offensive actions and that high-low, you know, set, they really are trying to focus on at least getting the ball inside and, you know, letting Wilmore operate. So it just allows a big to give you more energy on the defensive end. So they did a nice job.
Yeah, it's UP doing a good job getting everyone involved in their offense, especially Wilmore, who's been doing a lot of work on the defensive end. But due to that, he takes a breather as he needs it.
Well, he deserved it. He definitely deserved it for that sequence.
And what's funny is he was the one who was asking for that substitution. As Baikin drains that jump shot, and the lead is down to 10.
That will be the next level of development for Torculas, is to be able to get the ball on the wing and operate. Right now, he's a transition guy, extra possession guy, but if he can create on his own and become a reliable shooter, then he really does become a formidable player at all different levels.
That's going to be a deadly player if Torculas can create his own shots.
Because right now, guys can play Torculas for the drive, but if he can play off of good closeouts and he can shoot, man, he becomes even more dangerous.
And Baikin throws up an air ball. The ball might be a little slippery, but Torculas goes to his strength and does the Euro step and gets that semi-floater hook shot to go. And UP still doing the zone defense.
Diliman has not found an answer for Torculas yet.
Yeah, Torculas' energy has been unmatched so far this whole game. Ooh. And that's not going to help their case as Remogat has been getting going, and with 5 points straight.
I don't know, Justin. I don't know if they read the scouting report that Remogat can shoot. Yeah, I just, you know, it's tough if he's going to shoot walk-in threes off the dribble with no contest. You don't want to get him going in this game.
He's been playing the role of a facilitator so far, and then all of a sudden just turns it up and starts scoring. So we look to see Diliman adjust in the next few possessions. Almost a platoon substitution for Diliman College as Garcia, Rios, a couple more players check in for them.
the tough part, I think, for teams like Diliman who are, sort of on the cusp of growing, developing your brand and your style of play, you really have such a small margin where you can be successful. Whereas you look at a team like UP, their margin is much wider just because of the scope of their players and what they can do on both ends of the floor. You have to play, if you're Diliman, you have to really play a perfect game in order to just be within 5 to 6 points. So it's definitely not over yet, but Diliman will have some work to do.
And that's why they did a good job in their first half, as Solomon Kone gets that put back to go. And just holding UP to a 7-point lead in the first half. So Diliman College has been playing really well.
Oh, absolutely. They're competing. And at this point, at this point of the year, you want to see teams compete, regardless of what the score is.
Parista uses a Solomon screen, and they're going to need more of that from Parista if they want to catch up, but they get this lead down to 11 as this time the UP Fighting Maroons take a timeout with 2.5 minutes left. We'll be right back. And we are back with 2.5 minutes left. Care of that 3 by number 12, Parista. And the lead is now down to 11. So still, Diliman still in this ball game. And 2.5 minutes left in the third. Coach, what does Diliman College need to do to get this lead to go down?
Well, I think as much as possible without fouling, because they're almost in the bonus. Can they disrupt the rhythm of UP on the offensive end? Can they prevent the ball from going in the post on drives? And if they can get out and run, it always gives them a chance to get back in this ball game.
And they're going to have to limit the second chance points as well of UP, just like that one by Briones.
You can't give a good team second and third chances at scoring. It's just not gonna be helpful for you.
So far, it's been the activity of Briones and Torculas giving them second chance points, and as well as lately Ray Remogat getting involved in the offensive side. And it's another turnover by Diliman as they're called for an offensive foul.
It sort of seems like UP smells blood in the water. They've foregone the 2-3. They've gone back to man, and they're applying supreme pressure when the ball's on the perimeter. Hence that travel call. So Diliman will have to find pressure releases. That way they get the ball moving out of pressure.
And that was a nice counter by Iniguez as he gets that elbow jumper to go. And the lead now is 15 points.
Gotta love the fact that UP is jumping those handoffs, making it very hard for the ball to be transferred from player to player.
Oh, and that's a nice drive. That's a nice drive by Noruka, challenging Kone inside, getting a full load of steam, and just making it difficult for Kone to get a hand up on him.
I think it's very encouraging in terms of your team culture, Justin, that you have a majority of the UP, stalwarts on the opposite of the bench, cheering on their teammates and really giving them a lot of good energy from the bleachers.
Yeah, you have a lot of UP fans, and the players who are sitting out as well are in attendance supporting their teammates. So it's always a good, it gives you this boost of energy when you see people support you.
Oh, absolutely. Those guys can easily be staying in the dorm or in the library setting. Hopefully that's what they're doing. But no, they're here on Mother's Day and supporting their teammates, which is it speaks well to what they've built there in Katipunan.
Yes, it's the culture that UP has. And we have 15 seconds left as Torres will set up for their last shot with Iniguez setting up a screen. And Torres uses that screen, goes one-on-one with Bahar, but is tipped. 3 seconds left. And that's a traveling violation on Torres as he makes that shot but doesn't count. That's good pressure defense by Bahar.
Very nice by Diliman.
And that will end the third quarter with Parista missing that three-pointer. And the lead is extended to 15. UP 55, Diliman College 40. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter.
Here's a warm hello from Eastern Communications. We're here to present a refreshing point of view that when it comes to delivering business communication solutions, it's time to bring back the human connection because it's just as important as the technology. Eastern Communications is business made personal. It means getting intimate with our clients' needs so we can provide thoughtful solutions to help them achieve their goals. That's why we are madaling kausap, may malasakit. We are maalam at maaasahan. We are Eastern Communications.
And we are back for the fourth quarter of this game between UP and Diliman College. And let's take a look at the team standings here in bracket edge as we have the UP Fighting Maroons still 6-0, looking to push this to a 7-0 start for them. And Diliman College at third place at the moment with a 2-win and 1-loss record.
There's a lot of solid teams in this grouping. San Beda's at 2-3, and you have Our Lady of Fatima at 3-2, and you still have Adamson, sort of bringing up the rear at number 9. There's still a lot of good games left in this in bracket edge to be played. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
And finally, Adamson getting their first win last Wednesday against the defending champions of the NCAA, the San Beda Red Lions. And here we have the start of the fourth quarter, and it's still that point guard matchup between Ray Remogat and Bahar. As Rivero misses that three, and Toporco is pushing the pace, and a nice drop pass to Parista, but is not able to catch it.
He heard the footsteps, Justin.
Toporco scanning the floor, using that Lalika screen. Lalika looking for a teammate and gives it back to Bahar, who launches it from way downtown. But the possession will stay with Diliman College as the shot clock resets to 14 seconds.
Impressive defense, even though they didn't get the rebound. To force Diliman to shoot close to half court on a contested three, that's impressive.
And right there, speaking of good defense, forcing the turnover, and Briones gets slapped on the elbow and is going to the line for two.
Rewarded there for pushing the ball in transition and trying to get an advantage.
And he's been doing that the whole game. And you like the defensive intensity of UP starting this fourth quarter. Even though they're up 15 points, they seem like they're the one who's trying to catch up.
Well, there's a lot of things to work on in a 40-minute game, and regardless of the score, as a coaching staff, you always want to try to give targets to your team to hit. And so quite possibly that one of the targets is remaining aggressive on defense with the pressure and being able to create, if not turnovers, bad shots.
Sometimes it doesn't work in your favor when you try to play this style of protecting the lead.
No, I think that, like, when you look at the game itself, you always want to try to treat each possession individually, right? And that means each possession you're trying to score or trying to get a stop. But there's definitely things you can do, whether you have a lead or not, depending on what your intention is. Maybe I want to work on ball screen defense. Maybe I want to work on my drop coverage. Maybe I want to work on blitzing screens, you know, stuff like that. And I think there's definitely room in a game like this, even though it's seemingly out of hand, you can still work on some things that can get you to get you some improvement.
Yes, and that indeed is a characteristic of a championship team who always finds things to work on no matter what the situation is in a ball game.
Oh yeah, and even if you're on the side of Diliman, you look at this lead. Okay, let's try to do this. Let's use this defensive strategy, and let's try to get within. Let's try to get 3 stops in a row, or let's try to get. Let's try to make UP shoot contested shots. There's always something that you can hone in on and focus on in order to use that experience for later on.
Yes, and that was a nice up and under move by Rivero, but doesn't get it to fall as it rattles out of the ring. And we have Sean Torculas checking back in the ball game, and he's gonna give Diliman College some problems as they try to cut this deficit. And Baikin is fouled on the baseline, and it will be a baseline inbound for the blue shirts.
Briones looked a little bit flat-footed trying to close out and stay in front of the ball handler. Easy call to make for the refs.
Toporco gets it on the sideline. Scanning the floor, calling for that Lalika screen, but gets tapped by none other than Torculas again. As Remogat launches it from mid-court. And Ray Remogat has been picking it up here in the second half.
Transition 3. Man, that's tough to guard.
And he's been feeling it.
Yes.
And will it be answered right back by Toporco? No good. Short and hits the left side of the ring. And Briones, as he's been doing all game, pushing the pace and goes for that floater. But it rattles out.
Probably not the shot that the coaching staff wanted in that possession.
And there's another turnover by Diliman College. And the basket will not count as the foul is called on the floor.
I would love to see Torculas' plus-minus numbers, man. He's got to be off the charts.
It's a couple of substitutions for Coach Christian Luanzon. Iniguez checking out, and Tan comes in. And Naruka sets the screen for Remogat, who's been hot, and gets it to roll in. I think that's called a shooter's bounce.
Well, that's a tough way to guard the ball screen, knowing he can come off turn the corner and get a shot off. Probably not the best to get in a drop coverage. You probably need to step up a little bit and try to contest and deter him from shooting that. Remogat's just too good.
Yeah, you're going to have to make adjustments as Remogat has been feeling it here in the second half. And you're really going to have to get a body on him as he comes off that ball screen.
I think that's the perfect word, Coach, adjustments. Players and coaches need to be making adjustments throughout the game, reading the game, understanding where your advantage is, and trying to decrease the advantage of your opponent.
And the hard part about guarding Remogat is now that he's been hitting his shots. The defender is not going to go under the screens, but Remogat can go back to being a facilitator again, so he can start reading what's happening on the floor and find maybe his big men inside.
Again, you're looking at a situation where you really have to guard against multiple things on the floor. I think he's an early candidate for player of the game. Like Torculas is just all over the place.
Yes, I would think so, as he was our player of the half, getting a double-double already with 10 points and 11 rebounds in that first 20 minutes of this ball game.
For sure.
Oh, and Remogat is being called for an offensive foul.
I love Remogat's composure. He understands exactly what's happening on the floor. Never up, never too high, never too low. Oh, and there's the hip check.
There he is. It's getting a little chippy.
The game within the game, Justin. The game within the game.
He got away with one.
Not that time.
You know, it's always crucial when you get into situations like that where defenders are being physical with you, and your instinct would be to hit the defender back right away. But if that's your instinct, once the defender hits you on the first attempt, the referees are watching what you're going to do next.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's always the second guy that gets caught.
So the smart thing to do would be to wait for 2 to 3 possessions, and then you make your move. But the kids out there, please don't listen to what I'm saying.
No, please, yes. Play the game clean, please. Clean basketball.
But a little love tap won't be that bad.
No, but I think, yeah, you have to look at. Oh, wow.
Oh!
Wow.
I'm just glad the ring didn't break.
No. Diliman really should have tried to take advantage when they had a man down. UP did. They had a chance to score 5-on-4.
That dunk would have been all over our socials if Naruka would have made it.
You gotta love the extension.
He went up with bad intentions.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, and a rare miss for Torculas today.
Oh, wow. I think Diliman is banking on the possibility that there aren't lethal perimeter shooters on the floor for UP, so they're going to go to this zone, try to bait them into turnovers.
And that is another turnover on the side of the blue shirts, as Lakibla and Rios will be hounding the backcourt. And UP just easily breaking that press break. And Iniguez drains the corner three, and the lead now is 20 points. Lakibla gives it to Rios and gets hit on the arm and is going to the line for 2.
Definitely UP had the advantage in terms of free throw attempts in the first half. With 4 minutes left and UP in the bonus, maybe this is a way that if Diliman can stay aggressive, can score some points without the clock ticking.
Yeah. And this is where goal setting comes in. You have 4.5 minutes left. It seems the ball game seems to be over, but if you can chip the lead, let's say like 4 points per minute, and then just see what happens in the last 2-minute
Oh,
mark.
for
And
sure,
that's- You're looking at a possible ball game. But then again, we have to take it one possession at a time. So Torres calling for their horns play. Gives it to Torculas in the middle and finds Nico Tan open in the corner, but no good. And the loose ball will go to the blue shirts.
That's a big dude, Justin. Like I was just thinking to myself, wow, man. It just dawned on me right now. That guy's pretty big.
Well, he is 7'3". And Baikin throws up an air ball. And I've been impressed with Wilmore so far. Despite his size, he can move pretty well.
I think he has great feet. I think he has great hands. He's never out of control. It's just a matter of him getting used to the style of play, the pace of play, and understanding that he's not going to get a lot of calls. So he's going to have to take a lot of physical action in the post.
Yeah, you can't get into a battle with the referees.
No,
and just
not
play your own game.
Yep.
And another skill that I see from Wilmore is the way he reads the floor. When he gets it in the high post, he scans the floor and finds the best possible options that he sees on the floor.
Yeah, it never looks like he's shot hunting. Like he gets the ball in the post and he knows it's automatically going up. He's probing. He's looking over his shoulder, trying to find angles or maybe even cutters. But if he has a good one-on-one, he's going to take advantage of it like that.
Wilmore making you look good, coach.
Oh man!
And look at him sprint down
I was
the
gonna
floor.
say, like I said, when that guy can get in condition, it's going to be hard transition defense-wise to go at him because he's going to be, he's going to be at the line of the ball and he'll be already there to stem any cutters or drive to the basket. That's impressive.
So this UP squad already undefeated and getting stronger and stronger here in the PINOYLIGA Collegiate Cup.
It's I don't know. I feel like it's we're what is it? Peter Pan and Neverland? I don't know. I forget. Is that Alice in Wonderland? I don't know what it is. Anyway, you're on the pirate ship or whatever, and you just see there's so many treasures and rare jewels, and it's. You can just take your pick. Any one of those 5 guys on that 30-man pool can get you a W in a tough game.
And what's impressive is even with a stacked lineup, with a 30-man pool, as you're talking about, they still have their chemistry despite the number of players and the number of talent they have in their squad. So you really have to give credits to the coaches who have got their players buying into a system and a certain role.
Case in point, great extra pass, passing up a good shot for a great shot. Tan was sitting right in that corner. Corner 3, easiest 3 to make, knocked it down. And listen to the teammates just enjoying the action on the floor.
UP Fighting Maroons having a great Sunday afternoon for Mother's Day. And Rios inbounding the ball, and it's another turnover. And another miscommunication play by the Diliman College.
We can chalk that up to good inbounding defense by UP.
And Nico Tan will have the ball at midcourt. And will drain the shot clock and slow it down. 10 seconds left and decides to shoot it. That's number 30, that is Iniguez, who is called for the foul. And UP is in the penalty with 1 minute 10 seconds remaining. Espinosa will go to the line for 2.
Maybe the one thing that the UP coaches will choose to highlight to the team in terms of things they need to improve on is being able to defend without fouling, being able to execute defensively without having to give advantage to the opposing team.
And Espinosa had extra about 8 to 10 defenders as the UP bench on the other side was trying to distract him from his free throws.
Yes, did probably a decent job. I thought he was passing the ball to me and wanted me to shoot that 3. I was ready. I had my hands shot ready for that.
Well, maybe in around 50 seconds, Coach, you can take a couple of shots before our next game.
I was going to say, I think I have some eligibility left, maybe a couple of years.
And for our next game, speaking of our next game, we are going to have a scene of green as we have the FEU Tamaraws going up against the also undefeated De La Salle Green Archers.
You know, another opportunity for UAP teams to get together and test themselves against their opponent. Should be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, and FEU, after coming from quite a break, they finally got their win yesterday. And going back to their winning ways as they improved their record to 2-3.
I think FEU is a sleeper, Justin. I think that, you know, considering there's a coaching change, you have a bunch of new players, you're integrating all these different, you know, factors. Coach Sean Chambers will have these guys primed to play well.
Yeah, and that's going to be a great way to start, to restart their Season 3 of the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup, finally getting a win as the UP Fighting Maroons stay undefeated and move to 7-0. And this Diliman squad is now at 50% with 2 wins and 2 losses. So let's wait for the stats for our player of the game. And any thoughts, Coach, on who you think will win that award?
Oh, I think it's a foregone conclusion that Torculas should be getting that player of the game honor.
Yeah, but we'll be right back. Before anything else, we will listen to the teams as they sing their school hymns.
I need is strength for life's challenges. I want success, a place in the sun, overflowing happiness, and I'm doing something about it. Yes, I'm doing something about it.
Thank you for watching over us, making sure every step is right, making us the best that we can be. Still in college, still in college. You and I and still in college. Together we will soar. You and I and still in college. Together we will make it happen. Together we will make it happen. Thank you for watching over us, making sure every step is right, making us the best that we can be. Still in college, still in college. You and I and still in college. Together we will soar. You and I and still in college. Together we will make it happen. Together we will make it happen. Make us the best that we can be. Still in college.
Your handbox player of the game, finishing with a total of 15 points, 2 assists, 1 block, 2 steals. From the Maroons.
And that is it for this first ball game today. We have the UP Fighting Maroons winning by 21 points, 74-53. Total dominance by the UP squad, and sealing this victory in the early third quarter as Ray Remogat started heating up. But the best player of the award will go to Sean Turkulas, as we have CJ Ang, who will interview our player of the game.
Thank you, Justin. Mga kaliga, kasama ko ngayon ang ating Antbox Best Player of the Game with 15 points, 15 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and 2 steals. None other than Sean Turkulas of the UP Fighting Maroons. Sean, once again, you played with an undermanned lineup of 9 players, and coming off that close win against Adamson, you were still dominant from start to finish. What was your mentality heading to this game that you played well in today's match against Diliman College?
Syempre yung role ko, like ko lang gagawin yung role ko. And stick lang with the system and just do my best.
Sean, you are now 7-0, and with 1 game remaining, how do you plan to continue this undefeated run? You are playing this tournament.
I don't know, it's the team eh. Kumbaga, yung hard work namin ay magdidictate kung ano yung standard ng team. Dapat nandun palagi. So we really have to give our best, even though na alam namin na 7-0 kami. So kahit anong sino kalaban, we just give our best.
Sean, meron ka bang gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Binabati ko yung mama ko. Happy Mother's Day, Mama. I love you. And my family, thank you for supporting me and the team. And to the fans na nanonood ngayon at sumuport sa amin. Thank you po sa inyong lahat. And Happy Mother's Day to all moms out there.
Thank you so much, Sean, and congratulations. Back to you, Justin.
And that was CJ Ang with our best player of the game, Sean Turkulas. And these are his numbers with a amazing performance. Double-double of 15 points, 15 rebounds, with 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So now we have the UP Fighting Maroons getting their record up to 7-0. And Diliman College moves down to 2-2. And stay tuned for our next game. At 4 p.m. we have a Sea of Green as the De La Salle Green Archers go up against the FEU Fighting Maroons. Both teams coming from victories. And tune in a few minutes for our main event today. And we'll be right back after a few moments. This is Pinoy Liga Collegiate Cup Season 3.